Hey guys, today we are back with episode number 32 of Truck History. On this episode, we will be working our way through the history of ERF Trucks. Let's dive on in, folks. ERF was a Britain-based truck manufacturer established in Sandbach, England in 1933 by Edwin Richard Foden, who after having helped form fellow truck maker Foden back in 1887, would go on to break away from his family business to create the completely new, competitive ERF company. After opening up operations in 1933, the company would come out with their first 6-ton ERF 63 truck that same year. Also known as the C14 truck, the model was mainly known under the 63 nickname, given because of its creator ER's age at the time. Additionally, these trucks took the same Jennings cab and Gardner engines used from Foden's line and incorporated them into their own range of rigs. For more information regarding the famed Foden trucks, please check out our History of Foden Trucks video on our YouTube channel. By 1936, ERF's entire range of rigs would receive an update with the new DG-designed trucks. These so-called DGs were nicknamed such due to their Gardner diesel engines and came complete with a reconfigured, more rounded style cockpit in a wide range of sizes. As the Second World War started in 1939, production of military truck models and other materials began to pick up pace. In fact, from 1940 to 1945, ERF would make more than 1,750 military models created on the company's classic truck chassis, in addition to another almost 800 tanks and more than 7.5 million shells. Once the war was over, the company continued to update their DG truck design long into the late 1940s. That was until 1949, when ERF released their brand new line of FG lorries. These FG series vehicles were also known as V-type trucks and also featured a cab built by Jennings, although another all-steel cab configuration, built by Willenhall, would also be added later in 1951. Unfortunately, in 1950, the ERF company would lose their late great leader, Mr. Foden, who died at the age of 80 and left his son, Dennis Foden, to take over his legacy and continue to lead the company as managing director. By 1954, the company had gone completely public and had also came out with their cool new Clearview KV cab model. These KV cabs quickly became the epitome of 1950s style, sporting a sleek, curved split-screen windshield, a modern oval-shaped grille, and a distinct overall rounded shape. Proving rather popular amongst owner-operators, this legendary lorry soon earned itself the nickname Sabrina due to the beautiful and busty television personality of that name, portrayed by actress Norma Sykes. Towards the latter end of the 1950s, ERF decided to offer their customers more choices when it came to engine availabilities, as they opened up the option of Rolls-Royce diesel engines in 1958, followed by the addition of the first Cummins diesel-powered ERF ever produced in 1961. As the 1960s started up, 1962 saw the new Longview LV series launch, with a luxury yet stylish look and innovative interior improvements. These latest LV line of lorries were designed by new managing director Gerald Broadbent, who took over the position after the devastating death of Dennis Foden around that same time. These LVs went over very well with operators and would last long into the late 60s and 70s, serving as the first British truck to be fitted with a fail-safe spring braking system in 1967. At the dawn of the new 1970s decade, the ERF company announced their all-new A-Series, which, contrary to popular belief, did not replace their beloved LV range of rigs. In fact, these A-Series were almost all tractor truck units and were offered with the option of a 6-cylinder Cummins engine or a 6 or 8-cylinder Gardner engine. Although the A-Series were perhaps some of the first mass-produced ERF models, these trucks immediately became identified by their big square grille following their introduction. By 1974, the brand new B-Series had began being built, sporting an SP steel plastic cab that also served as the company's very first tilt cab configured truck. These B-Series trucks came in both day and sleeper cab configurations, with a large number of day cab designs retrofitted into sleepers by a company called Jennings Conversions. Despite these two trucks' debut, the ongoing energy crisis towards the end of the 70s took a huge toll on the trucking industry, and ERF was no exception. Nevertheless, moving on into the 1980s, late 1981 saw the launch of the latest C-Series of lorries, which essentially served as a slightly revised B-Series with a roughly redesigned SP3 cab. Although the C-Series shared several similarities with the beloved B-Series, including many design and construction elements, the C-Series did see quite a few chassis improvements in addition to its updated cab. A few years later in 1984, ERF unveiled their new generation of CP Series semis, skipping over the next in-line D-Series designation in order to avoid confusion with Ford's famous range of rigs. Although these CP trucks were commonly thought to be short for Cummins powered, the CP name actually stands for common parts, despite the fact that each and every ERF CP model was made with a Cummins engine inside. As we enter our way into the latter part of the 80s decade, in 1986, ERF would introduce yet another expansion to their lineup of lorries with the exciting new E-Series. These E-Series trucks were launched with an all-new aerodynamically advanced SP4 cab and a relocated ERF logo on the grille, available with a choice of Cummins or Rolls-Royce diesel engine options in many varying model sizes, spanning from the E9 to the E16. The soaring success of the E-Series sparked a series of exciting events around that same time, including the signing of an agreement between Austrian truck maker Steyr, who would allow ERF to utilize their all-steel cabs. Skipping ahead to the next decade of the 1990s, in 1993, ERF would launch their last true ERF design truck with the EC series of lorries. This EC range of rigs featured a much larger and more stylish cab that was based on the established SP technology, then redesigned to be 80% recyclable. Additionally, these ECs came configured with an all-new wraparound windshield and dash, along with many other ergonomic improvements that would eventually allow the EC series to become ERF's best-selling truck ever. Perhaps the most popular and impressive ERF E-Series introduced was the Olympic model, which not only featured a super high, driver-friendly cab with well over 6 feet of headroom, but also enjoyed elite options like built-in lockers, velour seats, and plush curtains. Despite the success of the EC series, the company was riddled with financial difficulties, and by June of 1996, the ERF company was bought by Canadian truck manufacturer Western Star. For more information regarding the well-known and loved Western Star truck brand, please check out our History of Western Star Trucks video, as well as our 10 Things You Didn't Know About Western Star Trucks videos on our YouTube channel. Sadly, ERF started to see a downward spiral after their initial success with Western Star, and after several rather unsavory acts of financial fraud, by March of 2000, ERF became part of MAN, and production moved to a new factory in Middlewick. For more information regarding the major truck manufacturer MAN, please check out our recent History of MAN Trucks video on our YouTube channel. After teaming together with MAN, ERF began to build a new range of rigs, including the ECT, ECM, and ECX models, all of which were made using MAN's production lines in Munich and Mittelwick. From this point forward, every ERF truck in the company's line was created based on existing MAN products, with the only difference between the two trucks being the option of a Cummins engine offered in the ERFs. Unfortunately, despite serving as a major influence throughout the industry for several decades, eventually ERF was overcome by their bigger, badder brother truck manufacturing company, MAN. And by July of 2007, MAN made the extremely difficult decision to discontinue the ERF brand altogether. Although ERF no longer exists, their trucks have left a lasting impact on the industry and a legacy that won't soon be forgotten. That brings you up to date with the history of ERF trucks. Before you leave, make sure you like the video, check out the other videos on our channel, and subscribe. We have finally reached our goal of almost 40K subscribers, so thank you all so much for your support for the show. Next stop, 50K. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything else you'd like to talk to us about, please be sure to tune in to our live podcast, The Chrome Corner, Wednesdays at 12 p.m. noon Eastern Standard Time, and discuss all things Chrome with our host, Dave Coleman. If you'd like to stay up to date with the new projects we have coming, please follow us at Jack's Chrome Show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Be sure to buy your big rig the best chrome for your home with some sweet stainless 12 days of chrome mist sales on our website at jackschromeshop.com. Thanks for watching, and remember folks, if your rig don't shine, you don't know Jack.